Every time you think Stranger Things can't go any harder, it throws you into a scene that feels like your screen is about to explode. Not slow, not subtle, just pure cinematic violence mixed with 80s chaos. Because let's be honest, Stranger Things doesn't build tension, it ambushes you. 1 second you're vibing with the kids on their bikes, and the next, a Demogorgon is sprinting at you like it owes you money. From telekinetic smackdowns to monster invasions to military shootouts straight out of a blockbuster, this show delivers action scenes that hit harder than most Hollywood movies. So today, we're counting down the top 10 best action scenes in Stranger Things, seasons 1 to 5. And no, this isn't a fan poll. This is based on filmmaking, stakes, emotional impact, and pure "what did I just watch" energy. Buckle up, because number 1 is the moment Stranger Things stopped being a TV show and became a global phenomenon. A tight, frantic survival scene. The kids hide in an old school bus as demodogs circle them like wolves. Growls in the dark, metal shaking, claws scraping, pure panic. Lucas loads his wrist rocket, Max grabs a pipe, Dustin braces the back door as the demodogs slam into it like battering rams. And the highlight? Steve Harrington stepping out with the nailed bat, facing the entire pack alone. For a moment, it feels hopeless, until the demodogs suddenly retreat toward the lab. Small scene, massive punch. The moment Steve officially evolves into the babysitter with a bat. The second Billy realizes he's trapped, the scene detonates. He smashes through the glass, drags Mike across the floor, and charges the group with terrifying force. The kids throw weights, chairs, anything, but Billy moves like a possessed tank. Then 11 steps in. He slams her into the wall, tries to choke her, but she lifts him off the ground and pins him midair as steam explodes around them. Her body shakes from the effort. Billy's veins bulge. The room becomes a pressure cooker. And then she launches him through a brick wall like he weighs nothing. One of the cleanest demonstrations of Eleven's raw power and Billy's terrifying strength. One of the earliest emotional action scenes. The bullies force Mike to jump off the cliff. He steps off and the world freezes. Mike, hanging in midair. Gravity, gone. 11 walks forward, shaking, bleeding, holding him suspended like time itself. She lowers him safely, then turns to the bullies. Troy runs. 11 flicks her head and sends him flying backward like a rag doll. A short scene, but the first true moment where we see 11 isn't just powerful, she's dangerous when her friends are threatened. Nancy and Jonathan are ambushed by Tom and Bruce, 2 flayed hosts with inhuman strength. The fight is violent and chaotic. Jonathan gets smashed into equipment, Nancy swings anything she can grab, and the flayed keep getting back up. When they finally fall, their bodies melt into a mini mind flayer creature that launches itself toward Nancy. She's cornered, seconds from death. Then, boom! 11 arrives, blasts the creature midair, and throws it through the window in one telekinetic hit. Fast, sharp, perfect timing. A pure heroes arrive moment. Season 1's ultimate action payoff. The Demogorgon charges the kids in the school gym. They freeze. 11 steps in front of them. The creature leaps and she slams it midair, shaking the entire room. Lockers rattle, lights burst, the floor cracks. Her strength fades, but she holds the monster in place long enough to whisper, "Goodbye." Then she disintegrates the Demogorgon and vanishes with it. A simple location, but one of the most powerful and iconic scenes of the series. Inside the Nina memory chamber, Henry reveals himself as 001, and everything erupts. He lifts orderlies into the air, bones snapping, lights exploding. 11 is thrown around the room, completely outmatched. Henry tries to force her to join him. She refuses, and the psychic battle begins. Shockwaves tear the room apart as Henry pushes her to the ground. 11 digs deeper, remembers the children he murdered, and stands her ground. With a final scream, she unleashes a blast that pins Henry to the wall so hard the concrete cracks behind him. He burns, twists, and is blasted into the Upside Down. 11 wins, but accidentally creates Vecna in the process. A brutal gladiator-style fight. The Demogorgon bursts into the pit, ripping through prisoners instantly. Hopper grabs a spear and dodges for his life as the monster charges like a freight train. Cuts, bruises, blood, but Hopper keeps moving. The tides turn when the flames ignite. The Demogorgon recoils, and Hopper uses his moment, driving a flaming spear straight into its mouth. Raw, desperate, a man versus monster battle straight out of a dark fantasy movie. A full-blown blockbuster finale. The Mind Flayer storms the mall, smashing cars and ripping through glass. Upstairs, Nancy fires shotgun blasts to slow it down. Outside, Steve drives circles to distract it. Below, Hopper and Joyce fight through Russian soldiers to shut down the machine. Everything peaks when the Mind Flayer breaks inside and charges the kids. Billy sacrifices himself. 11 reaches into his mind one last time. Explosive, emotional, multi-layered, Starcourt is Stranger Things at its biggest. 3 battles, 1 villain, perfect convergence. Max versus Vecna. She runs through collapsing scenes of her memories as Vecna stalks her with terrifying speed. Nancy, Steve, and Robin versus Vecna's body. They fight through vines, fire, and falling debris, launching Molotovs and shotgun shots that finally force Vecna out the window. 11 versus Vecna, Mind Layer. Inside Max's mind, their powers clash like 2 storms. Walls explode, the ground cracks, and 11 forces Vecna back with everything she has. 3 fights, 1 moment, a finale that shakes the entire story. The base is collapsing, soldiers firing, alarms blaring, kids being dragged away as 3 Demogorgons tear through the facility. Then Vecna seizes Will's mind. He tells him he was always meant to be his vessel. Will finally stops running. His eyes turn white. Outside, the Demogorgons freeze mid-pounce. Will lifts his hand, and the monsters twist, levitate, and slam into the walls with impossible force. Silence, shock, power. Will crushes them one by one, saving the group. Blood drips from his nose as he stands in the chaos he created. Will the Wise becomes Will the Sorcerer, and the war truly begins. And that's our countdown. 10 scenes that prove Stranger Things isn't just a sci-fi series, it's a full-on action universe. From 11's first power bursts to Hopper's arena fight to Will becoming the Sorcerer, the show keeps raising the stakes season after season. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit the like button, drop your favorite action scene in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the Upside Down. Because trust me, with Season 5 only getting crazier, we're just getting started.